Hello and welcome to another episode of In Defense Of. This episode will be about often scorned internet personality Gabbie Hanna. In August of this year, Gabbie had a manic episode on TikTok where she was saying a whole bunch of wild things, claiming she was a descendant of God and stuff like that. And among some of the things she was saying during her mental health crisis were things that some people would find racist or transphobic, which is not totally uncommon for people going through events like these, as manic or psychotic episodes can cause delusions of many forms. But people are not only accusing her of holding racist or transphobic beliefs, but they're also accusing her of faking her mental illnesses for publicity. Okay, let's start with the first clip that they accuse her of being racist in.
Black mothers are always left to raise their babies alone when the father leaves. It's almost like the mothers depended on God to get them through. And that white man were like, uh-oh, black people are powerful. That's scary. And instead of saying, hey black people, hey Native American Indians, you guys seem to be really peaceful and happy on your land. We just came here on this boat because we didn't like our homeland. So now we're here in yours. It's ours now, baby. White people aren't evil. They just weren't born near Jesus.
Okay, let's put the mental health stuff to the side for just a moment, and let's analyze what Gabbie is actually saying here. Because I feel that people often get caught up with whether or not someone is using the right politically correct language, or is speaking with the proper tact, and end up missing the macro view of what is actually being said. Overall, what I hear Gabbie saying in this clip is that black women are strong and powerful because they often have to raise their children alone, and white people were scared by that power and enslaved them and Native Americans. First of all, the single black motherhood rate is 72%. She never said that all black mothers had to raise their children alone. She said that black mothers always had to raise their children alone when the father leaves, which I guess could be interpreted in two ways. One being that every black father abandons their child, or that when a black father leaves, the mother always has to then raise that child alone. What sounds more realistic? Do you actually think that Gabbie Hanna believes that every black father ever has walked out on his children? I think that we as a society need to be more charitable and start interpreting what people say in a more positive light, even if they don't use the politically correct verbiage. Okay, now let's bring the mental health aspect back into this, and say just for the sake of argument that what she said was undeniably racist. It would still not be right to try to hold her accountable for these things, as we know that she could be saying these things as a result of her mania, and therefore wouldn't be an accurate representation of her beliefs. I've seen many people say that she's always been racist, and this manic episode has just allowed the racism to surface and expose itself. And while I suppose that isn't impossible, I'd never want to set the precedent that people dealing with mental health crises are speaking their actual opinions that they were too afraid to say before. And the main reason people are saying she's always been racist is because of some edgy, racist jokes that she made nearly a decade ago that she has since apologized for. Firstly, the internet was a totally different place 10 years ago, and unfortunately edgy racist jokes were very normalized back then. But I don't like that her apology and growth meant nothing the second she had a mental health crisis. Something I found insane that I heard many people say was, oh, well, my mental health problems never made me racist. Well, good for you, you fucking idiot. You're such a better person than all of us. Because that thing you had no control over, you're a better person than all of us. I truly believe that. Jesus Christ, you people are truly showing your ignorance when it comes to mental health issues. Different people are affected by mental health in different ways. Never before have I had to endure such dog shit opinions. People are also saying that mental health isn't an excuse for racism. And you know what? Sometimes it is. When someone's mental health is causing them to say something they wouldn't normally say or believe, I think that is the perfect, if not the only, valid excuse for it. To me, a fantastic comparison for this situation is Tourette's. Blaming Gabbie Hanna now for the things she's saying is like blaming someone with Tourette's for the shit they said as a tick. I actually saw someone bring up this point on Twitter, and someone replied with, "Yeah, but Tourette's is involuntary," Right, because Gabbie Hanna is voluntarily choosing to have a mental breakdown. Good God. The following are two groups of people online. There are people that are very outspoken about racial issues, and there are people that are very outspoken about mental health issues. And there's a lot of overlap between the two groups. It has been very interesting to see people that are part of both of these groups try to square the situation in their heads. A lot of them have been saying things along the lines of, Gabbie Hanna is struggling with mental health that requires help and support. Gabbie Hanna needs to be held accountable for the racist things she's saying. Both these statements can be simultaneously true. I don't see the point of holding someone accountable for something they A, don't believe, and B, said in a compromised mental state that caused them to say it in the first place. Lastly, I saw some people on Twitter accusing Gabbie Hanna of faking it. I have yet to see one shred of evidence supporting that. I know that some people were saying that the evidence was that it was right before her big album was released, but that's not evidence. That's a conspiracy theory that you must provide evidence for. Where is your evidence that she faked it to build up publicity? I asked two people on Twitter making the claims this question, and as of recording this, have yet to get a reply. Big shocker. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if there's anyone else that you think needs to be defended or is being unfairly critiqued, let me know in the comments below and I'll take a look. I'm always looking for new ideas to make videos on. Bye.